for here in Bangor. I'm joined by Coach Josette Babineau, the head field hockey coach up at the University of Maine. And Coach, everybody must be happy um, to have finally played a game after a month of preseason work and practice and some exhibition games. To have two games this past weekend, not the results that you ultimately that you wanted, losing to number 8 BC 2-0 on Friday the 29th, and then losing to Indiana on Labor Day 4-3. But my word, for such a young team, you guys played great, I thought.
Right. I think overall for the weekend, like there were definitely times in the second game um that maybe the moment under pressure, got to us, or maybe a little bit lacking energy to finish the game against Indiana, the fourth quarter especially. But 2-0 against BC, and it was a good defensive effort really in that game. And it was pretty organized and structured. And we did have a couple of chances in the game too, and almost made it 2-1 a few times. And so I thought at least to compete against a team, of that caliber. And then in the Indiana game, we had like a terrific start. I think the first quarter was like pretty balanced between the two teams. And then, like I said, I think just the third and fourth quarter um, just had difficulty getting out of our defensive end. That was the biggest thing I think in the game, and we knew that it would be a challenge. And I think that we did take some chances in the first half of the game, I guess, that worked out for us. And then in the second half of the game, I think it became a little bit more difficult for us as we got tired and our decision making, was affected, and we were under pressure a lot, and we gave up a lot of opportunities in the second quarter, or in the second half. And then like you said, Rosa had a good weekend and did her part to keep us in the game, give us a chance, and to be competitive against them. And 4-3, at least we got on the scoreboard three times and had some attack against them. And defensively, like I think just the last part was more so our giveaways than maybe our defensive structure that let us down. I think it's more the turnovers on the ball that created the dangerous chances for them.
Well, you were up 2-0 over Indiana, and then that third and fourth quarter, um, Indiana had four penalty corners in the third quarter, four in the fourth, and I was up there for the better part of the third and fourth quarter, and a tiny bit of the last minutes of the second quarter. Yeah, I mean, it was just difficult to get the ball out of the defensive zone, and uh, to to have to face three penalty corners like back to back to back. I think that was it was the fourth quarter, with the score tied at 2-2. That was going to make it really hard to 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 defend all of them.
Yeah, like we had we've been defending the corner quite well, like even in our exhibition games and this weekend. And it was a really nice goal, on their part to get through to get that third goal. So I've been pretty happy with the unit. We didn't Our attack penalty corner wasn't very successful against BC, but it was a little bit better against Indiana as well. So I think for how early in the season those two units are like holding up pretty well so far.
Yeah, absolutely. And uh, Friday Friday's game was delayed because of the weather. Um, and I know that there was lightning around, and then there was all the rain and everything. Um, Monday was kind of it was
Too
warm and
hot.
humid. I beg your pardon?
It was too hot.
I know it was.
It didn't help us.
No, no, right? I mean, you kind of think, all right, well, let's have Indiana come up and let's play in 40-degree weather, but no, it's too soon for that. But that's really what that whole month-long conditioning was, and it kind of gives you an indication now after two games where you are. And you've got two games this coming weekend. You've got the home against Quinnipiac on Friday at 3. And then on Sunday the 7th, you take on Stonehill at 1. So another quick turnaround weekend for you as well.
Yeah, I think too with the opening weekend is like even though we had a couple exhibition games, we had some first year players that were part of those games and some that were not, and some that got more time this weekend and some that didn't. And I think that that's the whole part about the beginning of the season, right? So it's like not getting caught up too much, but it is competitive, so you want to win, and then you don't know enough about all the players on the team yet, and you have to like give people a chance to grow in the game and develop
Right.
in the game, right? So that's the tricky part about the quickness of starting the season. And that plays into the fitness level of the team, because the less people you play, then obviously the harder it is. And um, the younger the people are on the team too, like usually fitness goes hand in hand with that too, because the older you are, usually the fitter, stronger you are too. And those were like two teams who are, talented, but also physically, strong and experienced. And so, overall, I think we did at least compete in those games, and that's what we wanted. It would have been great to be able to at least split the weekend, but it was a good effort.
Right. So Tuesday, we're taping this on Wednesday. Yesterday was first day of class for everybody.
Yeah.
That always presents some challenges as well, because everybody's been up there for a month, but they've kind of taken some classes, but not taken their full load, and everything started yesterday.
Right. So we were off of training yesterday, told them that they could be regular students for the day and enjoy that part of it. Yeah, it's always chaotic first the first day classes, and then even today, because it's like the day that we're practicing from them being in class. So this afternoon, our practice is at 2. So that'll be the first time for some of them needing to like be more under a time frame of hustling in, from class to practice and getting themselves ready. And we lift right after practice. So it does become a little bit longer day for them with going to school in the morning and then still having their training in the afternoon and balancing their homework at night and their rest and all that. So, but that's what it's all about. So they'll get used to it. But yeah, the first week is always interesting.
So you have that today, Wednesday. Tomorrow, what a harder practice or kind of a light practice?
Yeah,
I mean, it's a short week, especially with you
short.
playing on Monday.
Yeah, it's a really short week. Just light tomorrow, heavier today and lighter tomorrow, and then 3 o'clock afternoon game, which is good on Friday.
Right.
And I think I'm hoping anyways that just the experience of being here this weekend, helps us going into this coming weekend too. We had great support in the games this
Oh
weekend too. I
my, it
mean,
was packed
yeah,
on Sunday.
yeah. So that's always I was really happy to see that for, our players were definitely excited, and so that was great. So hopefully we can keep that going for this weekend as well.
And is Friday or Sunday International Student Day?
Right.
I
Yeah.
mean, which is kind of cool because you've got quite a few international students.
Yeah, they'll have the flags up at the field. So it'll be, I think we're trying to encourage international students and faculty and staff to come out to the game as well. But I mean, we forget to like sometimes it's like, well, we don't always celebrate the players who are not international, but we forget how difficult it is for a lot of these players to come this far, not have like the support of their family to be like right here, but obviously
Right.
their families are supporting from afar. And the other families on our team do their best, obviously, to help us out a lot in all the situations that we have, and that's always terrific. So, I think especially for the first year players, it's a special day for them, right? Because they've come here and just not knowing a whole lot about being here so far. So it is a bit overwhelming for them right now.
And then I know that the Skowhegan field hockey team was there on Monday. I mean, that's one of the top high school teams in the state of Maine traditionally. And you guys encourage teams to come up and watch.
Right, we contacted all the high schools and invited them to our games. So it's nice that, we recognize that they're there, and we're trying to do like a little bit of an outreach too with our team, attending some of their events, because I really would like our team to know like the field hockey community in Maine. It means a
Right,
lot. It means a lot to me and to the program. Skowhegan, just like what you said, it's been the probably, well, it is definitely a program that we've had the most players in our team from, right,
right.
in the past. And I know that they always try to come when it doesn't conflict with their schedule. So we really just appreciate the support.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Coach. Well, it's we're deep into the season because after that first week it comes fast and furious. And
It does.
at least this week it's a Friday Sunday game. And looking at the kind of the rest of the schedules, yeah, you've got a couple just Friday games, and really that Friday Sunday kind of schedule. So it gets more into the routine.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm just excited, right? It's a young group, and like we talked about before, there's a lot of things, a lot of their energy rubs off on us as well, and they're a fun group to be around, and we just want them working hard and competing hard right now, and just trying to continue to work on bettering, our skill level and experience level as we go here. But it's fun to have these home games to start.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Coach. Thanks so much. Have a great week. We'll see you up there this weekend, and we look forward to talking with you next week.
All right, thank you so much.